Hello and welcome to episode number 19. I know it's very weird to have a three-man group, but hey, when someone is gone, you always got to pick up the pace. We're missing Harrison. He's probably watching a Duke game right now instead of watching the podcast, but you know what? That is A-okay, or he's probably crying about, the Panthers somehow winning 12 games next season. But anywho, the show must go on, with or without him. Harrison, we will hopefully see you in episode number 20. That is right. Today is episode number 19 of this damn podcast that we've been doing, the Forge and Bronies. We've had some guests on a couple of times. But gentlemen, how are you doing this fine, lovely evening wherever you are?
Well, I consider us the three-man band.
Oh my god.
The three
I'm great.
Mouseketeers,
I'm
we
great,
shall be
guys.
called.
I'm great, guys. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's having a great week so far. I'm great over here. How are you doing, Dev, Frankie? Dev, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing good, and I don't know, Jordan, if you want to say a little announcement about what happened on your live last night. That's kind of a little special.
This has been a crazy week. Sports-wise, first off, when me and Dev were on live on Sunday, Timbo Slice followed me and you on live, and then 2 days later, Peter, if you don't know who Peter is, he's the CEO of NFL Challenges. He follows me, and then last night, just long story short, me and my girl, we have our alone time like maybe once every 2 months. We get a little getaway, and she was running late. So I decided to go on live. I told her I was going to go on live for 30 minutes, and James Draws joins my TikTok live. And I got nothing but great things to say about James Draws. He's such a sweetheart, down to earth. We were on live for 30 to 40 minutes just talking.
Wow.
I mean, it was awesome. I hope I get the honor and privilege of getting to talk to James on live again. I feel like we will. My girl told me this, Dev. She told me this about a month ago. She says, I have a feeling you two will meet or something. She told me this. She's an intuitive person. She's very intuitive. She told me she had a feeling that we were both going to cross paths somehow. And I'm on live, and all of a sudden I see his name, and I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm sitting there frozen. I've never seen, like, I would say maybe one other time, but that was during like a tough time when it happened. That was the Damar Hamlin thing. I'm not gonna go talk. Glad Damar's good. Damar Hamlin's good. But yeah, I mean, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was a great experience, and I'm grateful that James hopped on my live. He's got he follows over 3,000 people. He's got over 1.3 million followers, and I appreciate it. I do.
Exactly. Hey, it's been a great week for all of us right here. Pete followed me, two weeks ago. I had Keith follow me, a week ago. Timbo followed me. It's just like, wow, like everything's just, going to the exact. I need, some other famous people to follow me, but that's another day.
And then our boy Frankie's going to launch on Twitch.
That's right. He's launching.
And we're going to be here for it.
That's right. May 6th.
I can't wait to
announcement. Me and Deb has been talking. I don't know what your plans are, but I am thinking about moving the podcast over to Friday nights.
What time? I don't.
Whatever times that works for you.
I could probably do. I know you guys are three. We'll talk about that ahead of time because I can work around it if that's if that's what we do, because the following Friday I can't make it. I'm going to the Mountain West semifinals.
Oh, okay,
that won't be until a week after. So
okay.
Yeah.
So we can switch up it from Wednesdays to Fridays or whatnot.
Then I can work around it because the following Thursday and Friday I'm taking off of work to watch the NCAA tournament. So So I mean that should be fine if we figure out a time. I can work something around it. So that'll work out. That'll work out just perfectly.
Exactly.
We gotta get into some trades. We got Jalen Ramsey. Where is he gonna go?
A good contender. And here's the thing: if he goes to this team, hand this team the Super Bowl trophy already. Because I swear, if he goes to the Kansas City Chiefs, the Chiefs will be repeating. If Jalen Ramsey goes to the Chiefs,
that'd be a nice move. You know what? I can see him going to Detroit.
Detroit's another good option too.
Detroit Lions. I mean, Detroit has been they had a great offense all season. They were average on defense. They got a lot better towards the end of the season, and maybe someone like a Jalen Ramsey. My thing about Jalen Ramsey though is his attitude, but you know what? He is a contender. He likes to win wherever he goes. The defense elevates. So I'd like to see him in Baltimore. I don't think that's going to happen because we got our focus elsewhere. But whoever lands Jalen Ramsey, that's going to be a nice piece to their defense right there.
What if he goes back to Jacksonville? That'll be really interesting to see him back to where things all started, with Trevor Lawrence, getting Calvin Ridley, their offense getting back on track. And if they get Jalen Ramsey back, it would be kind of scary.
I don't think that's going to happen because of how that ended between both of them.
You're right.
Jalen Ramsey, great competitor, but he basically quit on Jacksonville when they were down, and he was fine. He was healthy, and he got, he quit on them, and he got traded. I mean, if he Jacksonville might swallow their pride and say, we need to win now. This is our window. Maybe you go pick up Jalen Ramsey. In my personal opinion, I just think that there was something good didn't come out of that between both of them.
Remember when they went to the AFC Championship game in Jacksonville, and what did he do before the game?
He said something like he was going to bring a Super Bowl to Jacksonville or something like that.
Yeah, he said he's going to the Super Bowl, and you don't do that against Brady, buddy.
Exactly. We all know what happens there. But, I don't know. Teams where I can imagine Jalen Ramsey be, I don't think he's going to go to the Titans. He's definitely not going to. I don't think the AFC South really fits him good. AFC North would kind of be interesting. Like, imagine if he goes to the Bengals, the Steelers.
Or what if he goes with his former teammate in the LA Chargers?
Chargers. Former teammate in who?
What was his name? Derwin James.
Derwin James.
Yeah.
Man, here's the thing. Whoever the hell is going to get Jalen Ramsey, I'm going to put that team in Super Bowl or maybe playoff contention because, man.
Definitely.
Ramsey's a good cornerback.
Yeah, I think whoever's going to land him, I think Pittsburgh would be interesting. You got Fitzpatrick and Ramsey. That would be a nice fit. Depends what we do with Lamar. We'll see what happens there. Cincinnati, anything's better than Eli Apple. So I mean, I'm sure the Bengals. I mean, his only flex is to troll. I mean, and then he ends up trolling himself. Sorry, it's true, Apple. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Hopefully, there's not more. Respectfully.
What about the Patriots? Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Ramsey would be a good option, but I think he would cost a little bit too much. His cap would be too much. But, I wouldn't mind him here in New England. He would be, our top cornerback if he actually gets traded here. Do I see Bill Belichick making a move for a top cornerback in him? I don't think so.
How about Dallas?
Dallas. Him and Diggs would be nasty together. Two of the top cornerbacks. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad option to go to Dallas. I mean, imagine if he goes to the Eagles. I mean, if you think scary right there, I put Eagles in Super Bowl contention right there. If they acquire Jalen Ramsey, I don't know who they would have to trade away. Maybe trade away, Bradbury, a couple picks here and there. But I don't think I really see him on the Giants, nor the Redskins. So, those are the only two teams that fit him.
I would say my prediction is going to be the Lions.
The Lions?
I think the Lions. I think he can elevate the Lions on defense.
My final prediction, I got to say, I think he goes to Los Angeles, the Chargers. I don't think he gets straight to the division. Do
you think he goes anywhere in the NFC South, like a Carolina or Atlanta or New Orleans? Do you think there's
if Harrison was here, he'd probably say the Panthers. Another good team, or possibly, a semi-decent team, maybe the Saints. They could get another, good quarterback in him. But, that's only if maybe like Derek Carr gets, signed to the New Orleans Saints because, Carr has a lot of options going to the Jets,
sure
or maybe other teams.
Sure does.
I mean, he'd look good with the Chargers. Yeah, they would need another cornerback, but it's just like, blue on blue would be a good definition of a good cornerback. But
the Chargers got to be one of the best paper teams in the NFL. I
But
mean,
man,
I feel like they continue to stock up on talent and they continue to win 9-10 games every season. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't understand. They're extremely talented.
right. I mean, I don't know. The three top teams I could see Ramsey going to definitely the Chiefs, the Lions, and maybe the Cowboys. I think if you put them on those three teams, that team could go deep in the playoffs.
I'll say the Lions, Cowboys, and Steelers. I could see the Steelers maybe making an attempt at Ramsey.
Okay. I don't know if we talked about this, but how about, I know you said the Ravens too, right? You think he'd look good in a Ravens uniform or semi-decent?
I think we're going to keep Peters, but if Peters goes, if for some reason the Ravens walk away from Peters or Peters walks away from the Ravens, love Harrison respectfully. I hope you're listening, but I know you said there was a picture of Jalen Ramsey on with like one of the teammates on the Panthers. Marlon Humphrey did the same thing with Jalen Ramsey, and I never thought once Ramsey would be Baltimore, but Ramsey fits the mold with Baltimore too. I mean, we're a team full of attitude, and we're going to play with a chip on our shoulder. But I think Marcus Peters fits that mold. We're trying to build that foundation for the next 4 to 5 seasons on defense, and I don't trust Ramsey that way because it seems like his reputation's kind of like it's not the best. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I think Jalen Ramsey is like a Kyrie.
Ooh.
I like that analogy.
He's a good player.
Why do you say that?
Kyrie's a good player. Jalen Ramsey's a good player, but he's a cancer in the locker room, and he's a cancer to wherever he goes.
I mean, hey, if he's a cancer in the locker room, make him go to Miami then.
Miami, that wouldn't be a bad idea though.
It wouldn't be. Him and Xavier Howard, damn, they look good together, but I don't want to play them twice.
Yeah, I agree, Dev. I mean, that might cause a hiccup in Miami.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, shit, man, I don't want to see him in Miami, Buffalo, the Jets. The Jets, they already got their, situation to deal with.
Maybe Buffalo.
Speaking
Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo. I mean, there is shocking news that Jordan Poyer wants to go play for Miami.
Oh, is that true?
Oh yeah, he doesn't like the state taxes. He says he wants to go to a place that isn't tax hungry.
I mean, hey, 2 weeks.
So all of California is out of that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, same with New York. Poyer, what team is he on? Sorry, I'm kind of.
He's on Buffalo. He's the same as Jalen Ramsey. Plays same position.
Oh, I mean.
It seems like the Bills are going to deflate a lot defensively. So, if that happens, then that clears the path.
Mark my words. I know y'all are Patriots fans here. If Buffalo doesn't at least make the AFC Championship game next season, that I could see that imploding. I could see that completely imploding.
And you know what's going to happen first, Jordan? Stephon Diggs will request a trade out of Buffalo. I cannot wait to see that happen.
Oh, I mean, they fooled me last season. I'm like, you know what? They played an intense game against Kansas City. That was the best. That's still one of the best games I've ever seen or watched.
Yeah.
And you get hurt in the secondary, you get hurt on defense, but you have the offense to outscore your opponents 41-38. And the offense was just they got trashed by the Bengals. The Bengals were like this. It was like. Kind of like Buffalo playing Kansas City. Kansas City's right here and Buffalo's right here. Cincinnati should be the third best team in the AFC. And they completely trashed them.
And the fact is they beat them at home in a snowstorm.
Yep.
By 17. That was
unbelievable.
It wasn't even close. They got to address the secondary. They got to address their D-line and their secondary.
It's going to be unbelievable to see the next, couple decades to be owned by Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and whatnot. It's going to be
Sure.
really interesting to see.
Tyler
Maybe you can
Huntley.
throw in Tua and maybe even Mac Jones a little bit in there. I'm not saying right now, but those are the top 4 quarterbacks that are going to own most of the
Tyler
AFC.
Tyler
Listen, this
Huntley.
is what we need. We really need a number 1 wide receiver. Like,
Patriots, yeah.
what are we doing? Like, if we don't sign number 1 wide receiver, Dev, what are we gonna do?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Jordan's floating in the same boat as we because his team needs a number 1 wide receiver too. All their number 1 wide receiver is Duvernay right now. For us, it's
he does.
Devontae Parker.
Duvernay and a barely healthy Rashad Bateman, who he was supposed to be our number 1 wide receiver. That's what we drafted him for. As much as I liked Hollywood Brown, I'm happy we traded him because we needed someone to protect our quarterback at center. And this kid from Iowa, it looks like he's the real deal. So I'm excited to see what he's capable of. I know New England, you guys are looking to, I don't know if you're going to draft or you're going to acquire.
I think we're going to acquire. It looks like we may acquire.
I have no idea what's going to happen with us. I don't know. People are telling me we're going to finish in last place in our division, which, I mean, we do have a good division, but we're set in the running game. We're set in our O-line. We're set with our D-line. We're set in the secondary. We're set in coaching. I mean, even if we took the route of, let's say we don't work out a deal with Lamar Jackson. Let's say that does not happen.
Right.
And we trade him to Atlanta and we get 3 first-round picks or something like that. You're going into the next year's draft top 6, top 7, where you can draft Richardson from Florida. You can draft him and you can put him as a backup quarterback. And let's say the Jets don't work. Let's say the Jets don't work out a deal with Derek Carr. You can sign Derek Carr to a 2-year deal or something like that, and he can mentor Richardson. I mean, I don't want to put a rookie quarterback, and none intended. I'm sure he's a fantastic quarterback, but we're ready to win now with what we got. So whatever happens, I mean, we got to make that step. And what I worry about with Lamar Jackson, I'm sorry I got off topic here, but you also have to understand one player. Let's say you do pay him $260 million. You're taking a major risk to a quarterback. He is God talented, incredibly talented. He can run, he can throw. With no wide receivers, he keeps you in keeps you in the games, keeps you in every single game. But his season ended 2 years in a row with an injury.
That's right.
And he's on the upside of his 20s now. He's 26. So you kind of have to make that decision. Baltimore's not stupid. Their management is terrific. They're gonna try to find the best. They want Lamar, but they're not naive either.
Right. It all comes down to what do the Ravens and the Patriots want to do. Like for me, it's either trade for DeAndre Hopkins or bust. Because I really want D-Hop on the Patriots. It seemed like DeAndre Hopkins hinted that he wanted to become a New England Patriot by the Twitter video that everyone was reacting about, saying, "Oh, D-Hop's going to come here." Now that we hired Bill O'Brien, now I may be having a little skeptical feeling about DeAndre Hopkins coming to New England. But remember, right, Bill O'Brien was a head coach, and he, when he's in New England, he really doesn't have to deal with Bill O'Brien unless he's on offense. He just has to deal with Bill Belichick, his favorite head coach. So that's my theory with DeAndre Hopkins.
Go ahead, John.
No. Sorry to cut you off, brother. Go ahead, buddy.
No, I was just gonna say is now what I've been hearing is Robert Kraft is dealing with the money now, not Bill Belichick.
Well, if it's Robert Kraft, then good. If it's him dealing with the money, then I'd say go spend it out on a good, number 1 wide receiver. Whether you get D-Hop, whether you go get Jerry Jeudy, or maybe if you trade for T. Higgins. I know Keenan Allen's not an option anymore because, the Chargers are going to keep him. Whether you trade for Mike Evans, a very good veteran wide receiver that, has been thrown to by a la Tom Brady before. Right. But,
This is what I would do. I would go out to get Jeudy, and I would bring in Chris Godwin.
Okay.
I think Chris Godwin would be cheap. I don't think he's going to be that expensive.
Because he got a free agent.
Well, with Tampa Bay, I think Evans is going to be. Oh, sorry. So go ahead.
No, Godwin's going to be a free agent. So.
Oh, this upcoming free agency?
Yeah, because he signed the franchise tag. They had to get him in a tag, or he was gone
True.
because they didn't want to pay him.
Right, I forgot about that. That's actually not an option.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off, Frankie.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, with that would be my concern too. If I were, DeAndre Hopkins or the Patriots, is because Bill O'Brien. I mean, that was 3 years ago. I understand. I mean, that was a long time ago. 3 years ago. Jeez. Wow. COVID happened 3 years ago. Do you guys believe that?
Oh my God.
That's insane to me. But anyways, yeah, I would worry about that because you don't know if their relationship is the same after all that.
There was rumors going out that he put out a statement saying that he's not mad at Bill O'Brien. They squashed the beef. They just, just as long as he's not an owner or whatnot doing dumb shit, they've crossed paths.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's going to be a lot of trades going on in the offseason. There's going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be teams that are going to be rebuilding. There's teams that are going to be retooling, and some they're going to be ready to contend now. And when it comes to Robert Kraft, he's got to slice things up and make the cheesiest deal possible, right, Dev?
I hope so. I hope so.
He's got to slice it up. He's got to. He's got.
And I think that's the cheapest way, though.
He's got to partake his craft.
Go after Judy, sign Chris Godwin for cheap. I mean, hey,
it's going to be interesting. Wow. There's going to be a lot of movement out there. I mean, the Bengals are going to be hit with the cap, especially with Burrow getting that monster extension. He's going to get paid $400 million.
Joe Mixon possibly won't be on the team anymore.
That's probably good for the Bengals.
I think Miles Sanders is not going to be there, right? I've been hearing rumors. I don't know if it's
true
or not. Yeah, I've heard he wants to test it.
There are going to be three possibly interesting Eagles I would love to see come to New England. Miles Sanders, James Bradbury, and Fletcher Cox would be a bad idea to bring over here in New England. A semi-good cornerback, as long as we make the playoffs, do not hold, Juju Smith-Schuster, and we should be fine. And Fletcher Cox, he's been one of my favorite, Eagles. And then Miles Sanders, a pretty decent running back. Because to be honest, Frankie, I really don't see the Patriots bringing back Damian Harris.
Now, I've been hearing there have been rumors going on saying Jacoby Myers is rumored to be signing with us. They've been talking.
Yep, I heard about that, which is good.
And when I seen that, I'm like, no, please no. He wants $20 million to $15 million. No, he's not worth nothing. He needs to get out of it.
He can go play quarterback if he wants 15 to 20 million. I mean, he masters that backward pass really well.
I don't know. I just think Jacoby Myers is like a Lamar Jackson. He's only, he's just not it.
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
I'm just saying, he just doesn't come up clutch.
Quarterback, wide receiver. How can that be so similar?
Well, Lamar doesn't come up clutch. Jacoby Myers only is a first down merchant. He only catches first downs.
Well, he did get the first down, and he threw it 20 yards back behind the field to Chandler Jones.
You know what's sad? He played for Tom Brady in 2016 was when he got drafted, and he scored a touchdown when he had Mac Jones against Cleveland Browns when we were dominating them. That's sad.
I know. I was at that game when that happened.
You're a professional football player scoring no touchdowns when we need you.
Yeah. I mean, I would call this a win-off season if the Patriots, sign some good players, get us a number one wide receiver, whether it's Chris Godwin, whether it's Jerry Jeudy, whether it's, DeAndre Hopkins. Because, boy, if we get DeAndre Hopkins, I think we should be all set. Maybe sign a couple wide receivers here and there. I don't know. Maybe he was just recently released this week, actually, yesterday. Kenny Golladay wouldn't be a bad option for the Patriots to bring in on a 2-year deal.
Man, talk about finessing a franchise. The man made $837,000 for catching one ball this year.
I know, holy hell.
The thing is the Giants have to pay that still.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? You know who's a sleeper pick for the Patriots? Is Brandon Cooks.
I can see that.
I totally forgot about that.
That is most likely to happen. I can see that happening.
Well, many people are saying that Cooks could possibly go to Denver because of Sean Payton, because he used to be a Saint before,
And speaking of
coming
that,
to New England.
Sean Payton owes us one after giving him Brandon Cooks on the Saints. So
Yeah.
give us Judy. Give us Judy.
I mean, the Patriots would need a lot to happen for me to give them like an A+ right now. Right now, I give the Patriots probably a B plus in the off season, because they got the offensive coordinator that we needed and wanted, way better than Matt Patricia.
Right.
Now,
And
is Matt Patricia a Bronco? I've been hearing rumors that
so far, I heard he's not in the Patriots facilities right now, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that. But I don't know. The Patriots' much need is definitely a couple of old linemen, definitely some wide receiver help. I think we're going to lose Aguilar, which is fine.
What would you say? Now, what would you say if we don't get a number one wide receiver?
If we don't, and we just sit back and get like a couple of mediocre players as we always do, then we're not making the playoffs. As of right now, I'm going to call us a bottom seeder team. Like if the Jets, what?
If we re-sign N'Keal Harry back?
Oh my God, is he a free agent?
Yeah, he is a free agent.
Oh my God, I'd be like, why? You basically were not good on Chicago. You sucked when you were with us. You were always like a mental problem on the field. Like, you couldn't handle the ball. I would not go after him at all. Even if he's like the one wide receiver left, I'd rather take.
You're only hope. No, forget it. We'll go. we'll go with 2 wide receivers. Forget about it.
Oh my God! Yeah. Let's go with Jacoby Myers, Kendrick Bourne, and Devontae Parker. We'll be solidified.
How about trading for like Marvin Harrison Jr. or something like that? Is that a possibility? You think?
Marvin Harrison Jr. The funny thing about that is he's going to come into the draft next season, so not this upcoming season. Next season.
I'm sorry about that. I thought he was going to the draft this season.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But many people were like, no, he's going to be drafted next season. I was like, God damn it, he would have been a good wide receiver to use, like for the Patriots and for the Ravens. But
honestly, I think what we're doing, Lenny Fournette's going to be a Patriot.
I can see that. There's the Bucks just for
last year. He visited us last year.
He did, and the reason he went back to the Bucks is because of Tom Brady. Now,
the Patriots should pick up at running back with Fournette. LeGarrette Blount.
Oh, is he still available?
Garrett Blount.
He's on retirement.
Oh damn! No, we should pick up Marshawn Lynch. That's the running back I'd like to pick up.
Skittles,
or frick it, bring Ray Rice. I'll take him back. I'll take him here.
Ray Rice. Oh my God. He hasn't played in almost 8 years now. That's crazy.
I know. Unbelievable.
Dude ruined his career. He had a 5-year extension with us. He was gonna make $8 million a year, and then all that transpired, and it looks like we finally found a running back in Dobbins, but it took us 8 years.
Unbelievable.
After that, but
I mean, I'm certified with Ramondre right now as a running back. I can see us bringing back Jacoby Myers on a couple of years. Maybe we go after Chris Godwin, or maybe I can seriously see a headline saying Patriots trade for DeAndre Hopkins, and we don't really give up much, because I've been hearing all the Cardinals want is a second rounder. So no.
I was gonna say it's probably gonna be a 3rd round pick or something like that.
Yeah.
We got one more year.
What's our cap space, anyways?
I heard we are the 5th cap space. I think we're at 80 or 90, maybe. Or maybe 50.
I don't know. I don't know where we are. I think we're up there as well. I think we got 70 million.
I would have to check after this podcast to see how much we're up.
The only thing I see that we should do, we need a linebacker. We need a fast linebacker. Our linebackers are slow as hell.
You know who I'd like to see the Ravens pick up?
A
wide receiver. God, what's his name? I just lost my train of thought. The wide receiver from the Panthers. Moore, right?
Moore? Oh yeah, that'd be a great pickup for you guys.
I think he's got the attitude. Oh man, nothing would warm my heart than to screw Carolina over again with taking another wide receiver of theirs.
Oh, I mean, is he a free agent, or is he not?
No, I remember we took. Remember Steve? They did Steve Smith Sr. dirty. And he went to
Oh, yep.
Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a career year with
Yep.
Baltimore. No, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I as long as we get a wide receiver, I mean, I don't really know. I really can't answer that because I don't know what's going to happen with Lamar. I feel like once I know what happens with Lamar Jackson, I'll know what the Ravens need. If Lamar's
Right.
gone, you're going to get a haul of first-round draft picks. You're going to get a veteran quarterback. If Lamar stays, you go and trade for a wide receiver. It's really a tough choice, but they're not going to pay him $260 million.
It's going to be really tough for the Patriots. Like, once, March 15 hits, it's going to be like, damn, who's going to get DeAndre Hopkins? Who's going to trade for Jerry Jeudy? Who's going to trade for,
I'm not going to lie.
Going to be a domino effect.
I'm not going to lie. March 15 is going to make me nervous. I don't even want to look at Twitter because if we don't get anybody, man.
If we just sit there on our hands and knees, or if we have like the best free agency poll that we did 2 years ago, I'll be like, okay, this is what I'm talking about for the New England Patriots. This is what I want to see for Mac Jones.
The only thing I see us doing, I see us releasing Jonnu Smith. I feel like
really,
even though he's did cap,
you know what, release him, and you know who we should pick up? Mike Gesicki.
I don't want that freaking.
I mean, it'll be a better option than freaking Jonnu.
Well, I mean, you have cool touchdown celebrations.
That's right.
You got that going for you.
As I watched last year when Jonnu Smith did that jet sweep and then fumbled it, when nobody touched the ball. You just like what's going on? Like I don't know.
I mean, he had a great season his first year here. I mean, it's just like after that, it's just like
But as if you remember, Bill O'Brien did Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. They did pretty good.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, Hunter Henry's not a Gronkowski, and Aaron Hernandez and Johnny Smith is not Aaron Hernandez. But man, imagine how good that they can make the offense with those two at tight end.
You both once had them both. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about this though. Free agency's coming up in 11 days. We're gonna have a lot to talk about not 11 days. 14 days. My apologies.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from now, I feel like we're gonna have a ton to talk about when it comes to free agency. But I want to talk about the baseball season. I want to talk about these new rules that are applying, including the pitch clock.
I hate it.
You with it or you not with it?
Not with it.
What about you?
Not with it.
Like I said, I haven't watched much spring training, but I mean, I think it's stupid. I did hear what Trav said. The batters don't have much time to bat now. So if you're a newbie,
I agree. I don't. Oh, I'm sorry, cut you off. What were you saying? Yeah.
Oh no. Go ahead. No, I was just saying, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, bro.
No, you good one.
Yeah, baseball's not supposed to be a game that's supposed to pick up. That's not the sport. It's let it be organic, because 20 years ago games were going 2.5 hours.
No.
I mean, they were throwing intentional walks. We had bullpen changes. We had pitching changes every second, it felt like. I think Manfred's trying to do too much. I understand there needs to be changes. I'm okay with that. I understand, but leave the game alone. Let it be. I mean, baseball. Why does Manfred care about someone that's never watched baseball feels? There's plenty of people that jump around baseball. He cares too much about the outside. Well, it's too long. Okay, it's not for you then. I mean,
like baseball's supposed to be a long sport, and people are supposed to be patient about it.
When I go to a game, I know I'm there for at least 3 hours.
Yep.
I'm paying my hard-earned money to go to a game and enjoy all the entertainment, the festivities, and things like that. If you want to experiment, that's what the minor leagues are for. That's fine. If there's a rule that works out, I think they will get used to it, but I just don't think it's worth it trying to shred off 30 minutes. I mean, let it be. I know there's certain rules that need to, that are necessary, but one rule that happened maybe 5 years ago or something like that, or maybe close to 5 years ago, which I didn't think was necessary, was the intentional walk. Throw the ball to the catcher. Throw the ball to the catcher.
I like the 4-fingered, intentional walk. It does make more sense instead of lobbing and throwing the ball 4 times. I understand that, people are just like, oh, great, now he's getting intentionally walked.
Yeah.
Putting up the 4 fingers is a lot, I think, more accurate and more, quicker for someone to say, okay, I'm
So
going to
here's-
walk
here's my
over
thing.
the first.
So here's my thing with the pitch clock, though. If you get like 2 chances to step out of the box, get the call time, or the pitcher gets to step on the mound.
I think so. Something like that.
The game is not supposed to be rushed. Baseball is a strategic sport. It is the only sport that, okay, for example, football. If you're down 27-0 and you put up 21 unanswered points, there's a time limit in football.
Right.
You run out of time. Basketball, you're down 20 points with 5 minutes to go. You're down by 1 point, but you're out of time. Baseball, the game is never over unless me and Dev play MLB The Show and the game ends on a mercy rule while I had a perfect game going. Sorry, rage moment there. Okay. There's 20 there's 27 outs in baseball. That is the only time, like you could be down 10-0 with 1 out to go, and you could. I know it's not realistically, it's not like odds are not in your favor, but you could put up like 22 straight hits and win the game 11-10. They have to get that final out no matter what.
Right.
And I just don't want Manfred. Some of the changes I understand. I get what needs to be done. But let it be organic. If there's rules that have to be done, fine. I get it. But I think he cares too much about what the outside says.
Right.
More than anything else. And it's supposed to be you're supposed to be caring about like the fans that go into baseball and things like that. That's all I want to say.
I'm going to be real honest with this situation, Jordan. I really think that this pitch clock is only going to last 1 season. Because imagine if a strike 3 ends the Red Sox versus the Atlanta Braves, in a 6-6 tie, and say the White Sox are losing to the Cardinals 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded in the 9th inning, 3-2 pitch, and Tim Anderson's up to bat, and he is not in the batter's box, and the White Sox lose the World Series.
I'd rage.
Right. All White Sox fans, including you and everyone else, would be really irate about this. And you know what Manfred would do? Change it to the way it is. No pitch clock, no whatever. I kind of don't like the runner on second thing. They take it away during the playoffs, but I think they should have kept it sure, have it for the pandemic, but, during the regular season.
They need to lose it.
Yeah.
I think. Okay, so here's my thing.
I want to see people work for it like they did back in the days.
If you want to play the thing about it is the games never went past the 11th inning anyways, even with nobody on base. Right, maybe once in a while you'd get a 13th, a 14th inning or something like that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense to me that that's your outcome. If the game, I would say this, okay, play the 10th, 11th, 12th inning. If the game is still tied, make it known. I would even be mad at this. The 13th inning, put the guy on second. Fine.
Right.
That's cool. I get it because it's a 162 game season. You might be coming off playing 21 straight games and you need your pitching. This is what I would do. This is what I would propose. If a game goes past 13 innings, let's say it's a 3-game series. I doubt it's going to happen, but I'm just going to propose it anyways. Let's say White Sox are playing the Red Sox. Okay, we go to 12 innings, we go 13, game goes 15 innings, right?
Yeah.
The rest of that series, so it's a 26-man roster, you add 3 more players to your roster.
Right.
Drop them after that. Series over, you drop them. You put them back to Charlotte, or where you guys at Pawtucket is your AAA, right?
No, it is in Worcester now.
Thank you. My apologies.
We are the Blue Sox.
So that's what I would do. I'm worried about that because I don't think it's organic how some of these teams are losing.
Right.
The White Sox lost their division because Cleveland lost 2 games in extra innings. We lost 12 because of that rule.
Yep.
we were shooting ourselves in the foot anyways. I mean, that doesn't excuse anything, but it is a difference maker though.
It is Jordan. Yep.
It really is if you think about it.
No,
It's just the way baseball works. It's like
I think Manfred had something to do with MLB 22 the show though.
Baseball hasn't been the
a mercy
same.
rule.
Oh, trust me, I know about the mercy rules because 17-0. Thank you.
I had a perfect game going, Frankie. I had a perfect game going through 8. You know how hard it is to throw a perfect game?
and that's why I kept my mouth shut the whole time. I was like, I'm not going to say it because, I don't want George to throw a no-hitter against me. But, it didn't happen. I lost 10-0. I was like, I'm satisfied. Thank you.
That's okay. I'll remember that when I'll be the perfect game you threw 8 again. I just don't know when. It might be take the next 40 games or whatever, but I'm gonna get you. And I'm gonna look. It's 10-0, and I'm not swinging the bat. I am not swinging the bat. I'm like, okay, you're gonna lay it in there. I'm taking all 3 strikes. I will put my pitcher in to pinch it just to get myself out.
You know what? Then I'll intentionally walk you, and then that's how the game will end.
Oh my god!
And then that's how the game will end.
All right, guys, I'm up for one more topic, and I got to bounce.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're going to move over to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has dominated those Charlotte Hornets. Thank you. My boy Kevin Durant, the greatest basketball player of all time, the GOAT, better than Michael, better than LeBron. I said it here first. Yeah, he had 27 points, 27 minutes, 23 points in his debut.
Wow. Did they beat the Hornets?
Oh, they did. 105-91. Bye-bye, Hornets.
They beat the LaMelo Ballless Hornets.
Okay.
LaMelo.
We were finally playing good. We were finally getting healthy. And then LaMelo Ball fractures his ankle. I was like, of course this happens.
And speaking of just final, sorry, Joe, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. But the Boston Celtics beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 117-113. Jason Tatum with 41 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. Donovan Mitchell, 44 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Damn. One more time. What was the numbers?
It was 44 points for Donovan Mitchell, 5 assists and 8 blocks, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and then Jason Tatum, 41 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, 11 rebounds.
Wow. Then there was breaking news that his son Deuce tried to shake his head and try to give Donovan Mitchell wanted a fist bump, and he denied it. My boy Deuce, that's my boy.
Damn. I mean, unbelievable. Gotta love Deuce, but
can we have a discussion about the best team in the league right now? The Milwaukee Bucks have won 15 straight games, and they've won the last 2 or 3 without Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Who did they play?
Miami, Phoenix,
random.
And who else?
Well,
they beat
Phoenix
because they're better than everybody else.
They beat Phoenix. Yeah, I guarantee they beat Phoenix. They beat Phoenix without Kevin Durant. Okay,
and that was without Giannis.
Oh, no one cares. Giannis is overrated.
Actually, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but Giannis actually roasted Kevin Durant on the late night show. Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, I did.
He's a common W.
L Antetokounmpo. Don't talk about my GOAT like that. Thank you.
Hey, Kevin Durant.
I wouldn't talk about Giannis like that. You said
I love Giannis. And here's the thing. True story. The Celtics almost drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo, but we drafted Kelly Olynyk instead.
Imagine
we could have had Giannis.
Jaylen Brown, Jason, and Giannis.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, the league
would be the dream team right there. We would have at least maybe 3-4 championships right there if it wasn't for Danny Ainge. God damn it!
Yep, and those Charlottes are bums once again, frauds. Let's talk about the Lakers for a second. I want to get into this. The Lakers are just, I don't know. They got blown out. I mean,
Who they
It's
got?
not
I
it anymore.
thought they lost a close
They
game.
got. No, it was like I think it was a game before that. Yeah, they were down.
I mean,
I'm trying
hey.
to think, and then Kyrie Irving. I watched that game. It was what was it? Kyrie versus some other team. What was it? The Jazz.
Yep.
It was some team like that, and Kyrie missed a wide open three and lost the game for his team.
I mean
Okay.
that.
Sorry, cut you off, Deb. Go ahead, brother.
Oh no, go ahead.
I know you guys agree with me on this one. Kyrie cannot do it by himself.
Nope. He cannot. Even with Luka Doncic on the team, he can't.
Dallas screwed themselves over. They screwed themselves over by trading all their assets for maybe a year of Kyrie Irving. That was not necessary. They were fine. They could have waited. They could have waited till free agency, picked up another piece. Luka Doncic is an attraction. They were fine.
I mean, hey, he's out of the East, and we don't have to deal with him. Him or KD, unless they make it to the finals, we don't have to deal with them ever again until next season.
Agree.
I wanted KD.
I mean, hey, I did too, but we'd have to give up Jaylen Brown or some of our good pieces away.
I would do that. I love KD.
You would? I mean,
but I love
wouldn't be a
Jaylen
bad
Brown.
option, but I think we're all set with what we have right now.
Absolutely. But gentlemen, sorry to cut you off. This is the one and only time I'm gonna sign off during the podcast. But I love you guys. I gotta go. Utah State versus UNLV. I'll try to get on TikTok live during halftime. But
all right.
You guys have a great
stay
night.
blessed,
right?
y'all. Be safe.
You too, Jordan. Have a good one.
Hey,
go Birds.
Guys. Take care. Ravens on top.
Okay, get out of here. Thank you. Oh my God. I'm sorry, chat. That was a disrespectful comment. I'm sorry, chat.
Oh man, now it's the two official Patriots fans on here.
Two official Patriots fans. So what do we talk about next? I mean, we only.
I mean, here's the thing. We didn't really get into it when Jordan was in it, but you want to talk about Bobby Wagner, where he's going to go?
Oh yes, Bobby Wagner. Yes, that is what I want to talk about.
There's many interesting situations where he could possibly get signed, and I think I got maybe 3, 4, maybe just 2. I think one big possibility, the Seattle Seahawks, wouldn't be a bad option for him to go back where things started. Because he did, like, be honest, he did okay when he was on the Rams. He wasn't, like, the best player for
Here's the thing, though. Bobby Wagner got played dirty with the Seahawks. They did him dirty.
Like, what do you mean?
Travis said it in his live. It was just a money situation. They just I can't remember, but yeah, they did him dirty. Pete Carroll is just I don't know. I honestly see 3 destinations where he could go.
As long as you say one's New England, then I agree.
Honestly, I think New England could be a shot because there was rumors going around.
There was. I did see that speculation of Bobby Wagner playing. Hoping that he could play for New England. Maybe it could be a huge shot for it to happen. So, New England, who else?
I think Denver.
That could be an interesting situation. Have probably a Von Miller kind of situation.
Oh, yeah, that Von Miller. But here's the shocker, though. The Detroit Lions.
Wagner and imagine Ramsey on that team, cornerback and linebacker.
And remember, Hutchinson.
Yeah, oh my God. And if they somehow get better defensively somehow, I'm taking the Lions over the Minnesota Vikings if that happens. Lions over Vikings anytime. I think that could be huge. Ooh, the Vikings?
Yeah, they just got bailed out too many times. I mean,
here's the thing. If you trade for Jalen Ramsey, you sign Bobby Wagner, and you get some pieces that can fit around in the Lions system. I don't know. I don't think you can win it with Amon St. Brown, DJ Chark. I know he's a free agent, but you need to kind of build around that system in order to make it a really good team. Trading for Ramsey, getting Wagner, maybe getting a Miko Hardman, Juju Smith-Schuster, then I don't know. Say if they trade for OBJ too, because remember he's still out there, and we don't know where the hell he wants to go. And maybe if you get I don't know T Higgins too, and Miles Sanders or like a Tony Pollard, I call themselves a little bit of a playoff contender team because I don't know about you, but I want to see the Lions make the playoffs come next season.
Oh, I do too. But the way I see it, okay, so the Patriots, they're really slow on linebacker. That's what got us. That linebacker, you got Bentley that I don't know, he's slow. He's alright, but he's slow.
But remember, how would you feel about welcoming back an old friend of ours?
Who's that?
Calvin Noy.
Calvin Noy. Nah.
You wouldn't want that to happen?
I hate when Bill does that. They leave and then he brings
But
them right
it's a
back.
good logic thing to do to let him go to a team, let them suck and suffer. And I heard Matthew Jones trying to recruit him over too.
Like, I want a well-known player like we did when we had Randy Moss. Like, we
Right.
haven't had a well-known player that
Well,
and it's like this. I seen Adam Scheffler, or not Adam Scheffler, but I watched Sports and it's like, what was his name? Nate something.
oh, Nate Burleson?
Yeah, Burleson. He's like, because I watched it and he was like, I'm not scared of this Patriots wide receiver. I'm not scared of this offense. Tell me one wide receiver I should go in as any opponent should be scared of this offense.
Well, for me, I'd be scared of Hunter Henry, maybe Kendrick Bourne, and when healthy, Devontae Parker.
But where were they last season? Nah, I'm not scared of them.
Kendrick Bourne was in Matt Patricia's doghouse. They didn't really play well. Like Devontae Parker couldn't stay even on the field because he was hurt a lot. And Hunter Henry, he had 7 touchdowns this season, and that's really it.
The thing with Hunter Henry, he just likes to stand around. I don't know what's with the kid anymore. Seems to me he doesn't want to be a New England Patriot anymore.
Who, Hunter Henry?
Yeah, Hunter Henry. Because as you remember, the last time he played, he just wasn't happy. He didn't look happy.
Well, I mean, look at the position we were in. It was either you win against the Buffalo Bills and you're in, and that usually never happens. The past 2-3 seasons we've been playing the Buffalo Bills. If we were probably 11-6, maybe 12-5, you could see Hunter Henry a little bit more happy. But I think he's satisfied. He was just basically unhappy because look at the offensive coordinator that we had right now. That's why he probably wasn't really happy the last game. I mean, you had Mac Jones throwing in triple coverage and overthrowing a couple of wide receivers here and there. You had, Harris who couldn't, catch a ball to save his life.
Now, did you see what Devin McCourty said about Mac Jones?
Yes, I did. And I agree with him. Mac Jones is the guy. You just need to surround Mac Jones with a few wide receivers or weapons. And I think we can contain ourselves. Just like you said to start off this podcast. Give us a Jerry Jeudy. Give us, a Chris Godwin, or give us maybe even a Mecole Hardman. Or I know Keenan Allen's not coming here because the Chargers GM said that they're not trading him to here, or they're not going to release him. He's here to stay. Mike Evans wouldn't be a bad situation for the Patriots. Maybe if you trade for Justin Jefferson, that's something out of the box for the Patriots to do. We need that number one weapon. And I don't know. I just have a feeling that D-Hop is somehow coming here. Because if he comes here, we will finally have our number one weapon. Because the Bills have their number one weapon in Stephon Diggs. And the Miami Dolphins, they have their number one weapon in Tyreek Hill. The Jets, I guess you could say Garrett Wilson's their wide receiver one. But who's our wide receiver one? No one. We have a lot of 2s and 3s.
I'm telling you right now, you give Mac Jones a number one wide receiver, watch out. I'm telling you. He's not a bad quarterback. Everyone's saying, I'm tired of these comments, okay? I be on TikTok. I be hearing this. Mac Jones is trash. Mac Jones is mid. He's just not him. Mac Jones is garbage. Mac Jones is this, that. Give him a number one wide receiver. How come 3 years ago nobody was saying this about Josh Allen? And all of a sudden, he gets Stephon Diggs. Oh, Josh Allen's the greatest quarterback in the league.
Or how about this? Imagine if the Patriots try to acquire Gabriel Davis. How would you feel about that?
He's not a number one.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad option to trade for Gabriel Davis because here's the thing. I want to see how Josh Allen is without any of his receivers. If he didn't have Stephon Diggs, no Dawson Knox, no Gabriel Davis, Isaiah McKenzie,
That's the same
Cole
thing.
Beasley.
That's the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. People are like craving over he's the best quarterback in the league. What happens if he didn't have Travis Kelce? What happens if he never had
Tyreek Hill?
What
Well,
happens?
I mean, we already saw what happened one season without Tyreek Hill. He won a damn Super Bowl, and maybe Tyreek was the problem.
Listen, I'm sorry to say this, but if somehow Patrick Mahomes passes Brady in rings,
He will.
Somehow, he can't be better than Brady. Look who Brady played with and won rings with. A Julie Edelman.
He won with nobodies, minus Gronkowski. Dude, I wish he won a ring with Randy Moss. I wish that Randy Moss would go ringless.
But people can say Gronkowski, but he hasn't really been healthy for us, if you want to think about it.
I think he was healthy. He was healthy for what, 2 Super Bowls that we were in? It was, what was it, 53? And it wasn't 51. He wasn't even in that one. What was it? Super Bowl 53 he was. And then I think for the one against,
I think the Falcons he was not in.
Super Bowl 49 he was. Super Bowl 49 he was. That's right.
But not for the Falcons. The Falcons he was not. It was Edelman's show.
Because it went healthy, not healthy, and then healthy, and then not healthy.
And here's the thing about Gronkowski that people's got to realize. All right. Travis Kelce protects himself. He does. Gronkowski, on the other hand, he just tries to break tackles.
Right.
He doesn't protect his body. And that's why he got hurt with us plenty of times.
That's why honestly. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Own it.
No, I was like, that's why in all honesty, I can see the Kansas City Chiefs repeating as Super Bowl champions next year. If, the league stays the same.
I don't know. I don't feel about Patrick Mahomes. I feel like he beat the Eagles. The Eagles are not good. Like, people want to say that they're good. But at the end of the day, look at their schedule to get to a Super Bowl.
Right. I mean, they had the most Mickey Mouse schedule, and I will say that on here, that they had a Mickey Mouse schedule, because look at the teams that they played. The Titans, easy wins. The Commanders, the Redskins. I wish my team could play the Redskins all year. They played the Giants almost like, every season, which I wish the Patriots would, but we're playing them next season. I wish I could be. I wish I could be the Eagles. I think they played the Texans too. Like, and they played the Saints, but they lost. Like, come on! I wish I could play these teams.
What don't get me is they talk about Jalen Hurts being the best quarterback in the league now. Like, he's a top 5. Dude's garbage. I'm sorry. It proved it in the Super Bowl that he can't.
I mean, think about it. All they ran was freaking QB sneaks. And then that was basically how they won games. He had the most rushing touchdowns in Super Bowl era history. And, sure, you can throw it to Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert. I mean, would you trade the Eagles' offense for the Patriots' offense? And you think that Mac Jones could do better with those weapons?
I don't know. I mean, look at Nelson Aguilar. He played on a Super Bowl team in the Philadelphia Eagles to playing shit in New England.
Well, here's the thing. You have to say when he was first here, when McDaniels was the OC, he didn't play that bad compared to last season. Last season, 2 seasons ago, he played great compared to last season. But he was dropping balls, fumbling, balls left and right. You have to say he had a pretty okay, pretty good season for a season. Last season, I don't even want to talk about that. Minus the catch that he had versus Pittsburgh. That was like the only highlight of his career, second year.
You know what frustrated me too is we could have beat the Bengals and then
We could have.
Ramondre fumbled.
I mean, heck, if we had a better OC and knew how to control the ball more, then yeah, I'd agree. But it's just mind-boggling.
It's just come March 15th, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Like, I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous.
Same. I'm not going to feel confident saying, yeah, we could actually trade for a number one wide receiver, or yeah, we're definitely going to sign this player or whatnot. If you are telling me what is true is that Robert Kraft is handling the money, I hope we do trade for someone. Because hell, it's not going to be Bill Belichick saying, I want D-Hop, I want Jerry Jeudy, I want Chris Godwin or whatnot. That's what I'm hoping for.
I swear to God, if we end up trading down for the first overall, the 14th pick to just go down and not even trade for a wide receiver, I am going to be irritated and pissed the fuck off.
I wouldn't be surprised because that's something Bill Belichick does. He always trades down. He never trades up.
Like, okay, this is what I would do. You got the number one overall first pick, number 14. I would trade that to Denver. Give Denver there because they need that.
Yeah.
Give it for Jeudy and get rid of all your picks. Listen, here's the thing. You're not looking for the future. You're looking to win now.
Right.
Bill Belichick's 90 years old or whatever how old he is. I'm going to call him 90 because he looks like a 90-year-old. And, and you got to win now. You can't draft. Go out and get a wide receiver.
Why not? I say go for it.
Because if you don't, we're going to be back where we were last season.
Yep. If we sit where we are right now, then I'm calling ourselves a last bottom feeder team in the NFL.
No,
I'll say the Jets will be better than us.
Well, the Jets, yeah. Now here's this. So if we struggle this season, is Bill Belichick in the hot seat?
Yes. If we miss the playoffs for a second year in a row and we do absolutely nothing during free agent and we sign mediocre players, and yes, he could be on the hot seat right now. Because, man, if he wants that record, he better be winning the games.
He does, and I think, I don't know. I have confidence. I really hope that Robert Kraft took over because Bill Belichick sucks at being a GM.
He does. Minus, getting Henry, Jonnu Smith, Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, Matthew Judon, that great offseason that we had. We haven't really, been like, oh, wow, I appreciate Bill Belichick for making this signing. Like, do better.
And, I feel bad for Matthew Judon. This man's out here working his freaking ass off just to not make the playoffs.
I mean, he made it first season miraculously.
With us carrying the defense.
Dude, I'm telling you, if we get a really good defense, whether we draft or we, get some good ones during the off season, I think we could possibly be back. But I just need that number one wide receiver, a couple decent good moves by the Patriots come 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, number one wide receiver. The way I would go, get Godwin and Jeudy.
Yeah. I have a good feeling that we could get Jeudy. Godwin could be a possibility, but I'm still hoping for D-Hop. I know you want Godwin, but I want D-Hop.
Yeah, but listen, here's the thing. Instead of getting D-Hop, we could have two wide receivers in one. We could get Godwin and
Jeudy.
And Jeudy.
So who would be our number one, though?
Our number one would be Jeudy.
Jeudy.
Okay. I feel like he could carry the offense. Number one. I do.
I mean, I feel like it could be one.
And then you got Chris Godwin. He could be like an Edelman, first downs.
He could. It would be nice to see that happen, but I don't know, man. It's us Patriots fans. I don't know.
If we get D-Hub, you think he's going to perform? I mean,
I hope so. I hope that he becomes the D-Hop that he was on the Texans. I'll tell you that much. Because if not, then we could be making a big, big mistake. But I don't know. I just feel like the headlines coming. Patriots trade D-Hop.
Even if we get D-Hop, who else is there on our team? Now, if we got Judy and Chris Godwin and a 2-1.
Now, if we traded for D-Hop and we trade our draft pick to Denver for Jerry Judy, how would you feel? D-Hop and Judy?
But then again, how you can't trade your first overall pick for Judy because that's got to go to Arizona.
Well, no, because remember, they want a second-round pick.
And then what I heard is that guy that got interviewed saying that he likes D-Hop, the Arizona general manager.
Well, D-Hop's going to get traded no matter what.
If he stays or goes?
I think he goes. He's going to be traded because he said he wants out of Arizona.
I really wish something, man.
I don't know. We better either get Judy, our number one wide receiver, whether it's, we sign Keenan Allen. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. But I can see definitely Fournette coming here. I can see Wagner coming. Everyone was talking about Jamal Dean, cornerback from the Bucs, wouldn't be a bad option. Orlando Brown wouldn't be a bad option for our old line, but that'll be more to talk about come next week, where we know more information, more news. Carson Wentz, where do you think he's going to go?
Yeah.
Panthers?
Yeah, Harrison's going to hate me, but I honestly think the Panthers are going to give him a shot.
I can see that happening too, because damn, they would have 5 quarterbacks on the roster right now if that actually happened.
And I think Derek Carr is a Jet.
Yeah, I think he's either going to the Jets or Saints. Those are the 2 options I see happening.
I feel like the Jets are the more option.
I think so. I think the Jets are either going to get Carr or they're going to get Garoppolo. One of the 2.
Now, here's the thing. What's your take on who's going to be the first trade of the NFL free agency?
I think it's going to be D-Hop because he wants out of Arizona. I feel like they're going to trade him to New England. We're going to give him a second-round draft pick. How about you?
Honestly, I think it's going to hit breaking news. Judy is a New England Patriot.
Oh, I hope so.
First round pick, we don't need that pick.
Wouldn't be a bad option. If that happens and we get him and Godwin, I'd be satisfied as a New England Patriot fan.
Because just imagine this. If somehow, bro, if he uses that first round overall draft pick to draft a fucking Cole Strange 2.0, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Oh my God. What was your reaction when he fucking did that? Because my reaction was like, who the fuck is this?
Dude, that's what I said. I remember I stayed late at work because I wanted to, see who the hell the Patriots drafted. And then they're like, Patriots draft Cole Strange. I remember I just went outside the radio station. I went home. I was just like, who is this person? This is a Bill Belichick move, definitely. Because I was expecting us to get Nakobe Dean or, someone good in the first round. I was just like, okay, I'm going home.
I don't know what goes through fucking Bill Belichick's fucking head. I think it might be dementia.
I mean, hey, if I was the Patriots GM right now, I'd be calling about D-Hop, Jerry Judy, maybe even asking for Mike Evans, maybe even Stephon Diggs. I call Buffalo. I'll say, hey, I'll give you Jacoby Myers. Who else do I have to give up? Probably Juwan Bentley. And I'll give you Miles Bryant and Jonnu Smith for Stephon Diggs.
Now, here's the thing. Who do we franchise tag?
Ooh, Myers.
Oh, shut up, Ted, please. I don't want him. Ship him somewhere, bro. No.
I mean, we'd rather have him or Miles Bryant franchise tag.
No, let's franchise tag somebody. I don't know. Brian This is my thoughts. Right, Marcus Mariota got released. This is what I was thinking.
Oh boy.
You get rid of Brian Hoyer. You bring in Marcus Mariota, and we play him like the Las Vegas Raiders did. Use them and do trick plays.
Ooh, that wouldn't be a bad idea, but we need Hoyer for the experience because he actually knows, the schemes and whatnot. But I actually do see Leonard Fournette coming here. I think that is a, Bill Belichick Patriots move to, bring in some veteran help. If we get him, bring in Jerry Judy, bring in, Chris Godwin, or bring in, as long as we get someone that we actually know that can actually catch a goddamn pass instead of being injured like half of the season, I will be happy right now.
Here's the thing: we have guys that are slow. Like, look at this. Nelson Aguilar is like 50, bro. Like, dude's slow. We don't have no fast wide receivers like a Tyreek Hill.
Oh, I'd love that. I mean, hey, imagine if we trade for Justin Jefferson somehow, or if he doesn't sign back with Minnesota.
Oh my
I'd love
god,
that.
if that happened, bro, Mark would be devastated.
Oh, he would hate that so much. He would be like, damn, maybe he'd be a bandwagon Patriots fan. But it's just that, Patriots just need to do some moves 2 weeks from now. Because if they don't, and they just like freaking sit on their hands and knees and just hope for the best, they better do something. I want Wagner here. I want D-Hop, Judy. Godwin wouldn't be a bad idea. I want Gesicki. I want the Gritty King here.
Listen, you want it all. Let's just call it the New England Patriots Globetrotters, okay? Let's bring in the whole all-star team.
Hey, bro, if we start with Wagner, I think we could be going in the right direction, in all honesty. I can see it.
How much would he cost? How much, cap space do we have?
I don't know. I would have to check after this podcast ends, and I'll give you the information come next week. But I think we have about 50, maybe 70 million. I could be wrong. We're 30 million, something like that. But, we'll see what happens come next weekend. I think more people are going to be released that we're going to be like, wow, this is actually going to happen. Like, I wouldn't want Kenny Golladay here, in all honesty. He wouldn't be.
Patriots are currently projected to have 32.7 million in salary cap.
That's not bad. I think that's top 7 in the NFL. So that's currently not bad. 32.7 million. That means we have to get the bags out for some people. So
this is my thing. All right. So Matthew Judon's a free agent when?
I think 2 years from now or a year from now. And he loves to get in New England.
I want Patriots to give him a Von Miller type contract.
They should. He deserves it.
7 years or 10 years or whatever.
Yep.
Like Von Miller. I think he deserves it.
You know what? I can see the Patriots getting Tremont Edmonds from the Buffalo Bills, too. He wouldn't be a bad option.
Yeah, that's another shocker. Or Jordan Poyer.
You think Poyer comes here?
It could, but
I think Edmonds is a better option for us since we're talking about linebackers.
Does Devin McCourty come back? That's the big question.
I think he does. I think with Slater coming back, McCourty comes back. I can see that happening.
Trent Edmonds.
He's a free agent from Buffalo.
Who do you want, though, the most? If you pick any player besides D-Hop.
Besides D-Hop. I want Wagner. I want Nicole Hardman. If you're talking free agency, I want those two. Jacoby Dean wouldn't be a bad option for us for cornerback. I think Levante David's a free agent too, so he wouldn't be a bad option. We just need all the help we could get. Orlando Brown Jr. from Kansas City wouldn't be a bad option. Who do you want?
I'm really high on Judy for some reason. I don't even know what it is. I feel like Judy can bring the tables. He's fast. He's I feel like he could be a number one. He's still young.
Yep.
I don't even know how old he is.
He's got to be probably older than us.
Let's check. I feel like Jerry Judy, D-Hop, I just don't know.
He's probably getting up to the old age too.
See? Judy's only 23.
Compared to D Hop, who's like what, 30 something?
And you get a lot more years out of him, but you could go out and get more guys because D-Hop's going to want a contract extension wherever he goes.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, if you bring in Judy, you could get Chris Godwin.
Yeah, that makes a good point.
Or if we don't get Chris Godwin, what about Scotty Miller?
Scotty Miller is like a scratch. He's kind of like an ant. He's not like, oh wow, we definitely need to get him. He's like a person from the junkyard that you get, you know. He's not like, oh wow, we need him.
Yeah, that is crazy. But I see we could trade for Hunter Renfrow.
Hunter Renfrow wouldn't be a bad option. He reminds you a little bit of a Julian Edelman, but a little bit better. Because I think Renfrow and Waller will be, open for trades. That's what I've been hearing from the Raiders' point of view. And I've also been hearing. Oh, sorry. No, you go.
No, go, because I want to hear what you got to say.
Because I've also been hearing speculations of Devontae Adams. He could be traded back to Green Bay.
I don't know. Aaron Rodgers is just out of his own mind right now.
I don't know. That's another question to ask. Where do you think Rodgers is going to go? Do you think he goes back to? You think he's going to go to Raiders? You think he's going to stay with the Packers? Like, what's going on in his mind?
Here's the thing: I would trade him if I was a Green Bay Packers. Listen, you got a young talent. You know what, Jordan Love is not going to want to sit on that bench.
No,
he's going to want to play, and that dude's a stud.
I think he's going to be a good player for the Packers too.
I feel like get rid of. At this point, I'd be sick of Aaron Rodgers'. I'd just be sick of him. He's just playing too much games right now.
Right. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad option for him to go with his old buddy and pal out in the Raiders or another team. I wouldn't be surprised the Jets.
Yeah, I think the Jets are going with Derek Carr. I think that's going to be official.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be surprised if he doesn't go to the Jets or if he signs a deal with the the Saints. That also wouldn't surprise me.
Just, I don't know. I'm nervous.
I'm nervous and I'm excited at the same time. 2 weeks from now, we'll be talking about who goes where, who signs where. And I can't wait. It's going to be a fun, interesting.
I think what I'm going to do.
Yep.
I think we're gonna schedule a podcast. We're gonna do a watch along on the podcast.
Okay.
On the podcast for the draft night.
Ooh, draft night. I like that.
That's if you guys are available.
Okay.
I feel like if it's just you, me, and you can just do a podcast together.
We could
do a nice watch along, and people can join if they want. We'll allow people in. If Georgie wants in, I'll let that kid in, and we could just have fun.
Yeah. I can get some of my people on here. We could get maybe Sneaky G-Man's analysis on it, or maybe even Jazzy TV. NFL Mike if he wants to join on.
Yeah, I feel like I think we should do that watch along. Maybe. Yeah. I was gonna say that we could do that special for the 20th anniversary or the 20th episode.
Yeah, that'll be next week. Yeah, I'll try to get someone on here. Whoever's listening on this, maybe I could get. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I want to appreciate all of you guys for watching and tuning in. Episode number 19 has been officially in the books. Harrison will be probably back next week. He has some other plans to do, but we'll be back talking more spring training, free agency. And I don't know, Frankie, if you have any final thoughts you have any
All I
final?
know is we will officially be doing draft night watch along. That is official. We will be doing that. Well, it's just me and Dev. We'll bring some people in and have some fun because
Yeah.
I've never done it and I want to talk some draft night with people. So
Let's do it. I'm totally down if you guys are down too. Let's do it. I think Jordan will definitely be down to do it, whether he's, busy or not. But thank you guys for watching episode number 19, and we will talk to you next Wednesday. Have a good one, everyone.